What up, guys? CP the Tool Addict. Woo! We're back again, and this is part 2 to my how to keep your chisel sharps video. And that is, we're going to talk about punches quick, because I think people get really confused about some punches, and I've actually noticed with a lot of newer techs, and maybe that's just me trying to help out again with newer techs, but we're going to talk about punches and some of my favorite punches and some different kinds of punches. So stick around and get ready for this one. Alright, so thank you for coming back once again. I appreciate everybody who comes by the channel. As always, I appreciate it when you give me those thumbs up and you subscribe. So thank you very much. Now, today we are going to talk about some different styles of punches and whatnot, because I've recently had some guys that were confused about them. Now, what I mean when they are confused about them, because there's a difference between this one and a roll pin punch. And I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of embarrassed. I don't have any roll pin punches. I think roll pin punches are probably, these are just pin punches, which they're good for just round pins. But roll pin punches, and I'll be honest with you, I think in ag and whatnot, I've never, unless I was working on farm equipment mostly, I don't think I've had the need to have that many roll pin punches in automotive. So, very few times, but I will tell you that I have needed them. And I've gotten by with pin punches, and you can do it, but it ain't always the nicest way to do it, because it rolls over the edge, and then you got to put a new pin in it. So, the pin punches here, these are just flat tipped. Okay, these are my SK pin punches. And then, where it starts to get dicey is we're going to take a look. These two, from a glance, look like they're the same exact punch. They're both 3/16. And you would, well, actually, it's 3/8. Excuse me. Let me get the 3/8 one. So we're politically correct. Okay. So they're both 3/16. And from a glance, they literally look like they're the same, except for here's the difference. Bada bing, bada boom. This is a starter punch. This is a flat tip punch. Roll punch, whatever. So you got to watch out for that. If you're going to punch out something and you don't want to mar it up bad, this will do that. It'll put a dimple in it. Now, if you're in what I call, this is a starter punch, because this is essentially just like this. And this is an automatic center punch, which most likely that you're not using this if you're using this. And I have a couple different ones of these. I actually have GL Industries is from here in Iowa, and they make center punches and automatic tools. And obviously this Cornwall one, this is one of my go-to pin punches. And this is for different, I have different size starter or center punches, automatic, for when you're drilling into stuff and whatnot. And I'll be honest with you, I get by with a very low amount of punches. Really not a huge deal for me, because most of the time all I'm doing with most of my punches, knocking out a few bolts here and there. You know, brass punches I destroyed my last set and just got this set of Mayhew, if you've been watching mine. But brass punches are definitely pretty normal. I have roughly about a dozen or so punches. I have the large drift punch for when I really got to whack on something. Something I really do want to get to is a punch holder, especially when you're using it for something like this on the starter. Now, every once in a while, I do have to use this starter punch to get into a bolt to where I'm knocking it out. But I'll tell you what, this thing is really handy from GL Industries. And this comes in this kit right here, this is the kit, the MSC 600 kit. And these are, Cornwall sells them, but GL Industries here in Iowa makes these. They're an automatic kit. And I've showed these on my channel before, but these are kind of nice. They got a little knife on them. Little X-Acto knife, but it comes with this center punch, and that center punch is super handy. So, definitely want to have a center punch. Definitely want to have a starter punch. Roll pin punches. Straight punches. And then, when it comes down to really good punches, and this is where the meat and potatoes of this video comes in at, and that is Starett punches. Starett punches are freaking awesome. I'm going to let you take a look at these, and we're going to talk about the quality of these. And I'm going to use the big one here. The knurling on this thing is absolutely fantastic. This thing's like, feels like cat's teeth gripping into you. But look at the machining on this. Absolutely phenomenal. These are my good go-to punches when I'm doing pretty much detailed work or whatnot. I use these actually a lot for gunsmithing, to be honest with you. That's what I bought them for. But the thing about it is I only use the small one for that. So I actually try to use them for both. Run back and forth. I should buy another one. They're really nicely engraved in here. See if I can get that into the camera. They say Starrett on them. Starrett builds some really quality stuff. And this set right here is this part number. Take a screenshot of that if you're wanting to check it out. They are USA made. They are out of Cathall, Massachusetts, USA. Starrett makes some of the best stuff in the world when it comes to punches, measuring tools, and whatnot. I can't say enough good things about these punches. I've had these punches for over a year. This is obviously not a tool haul, but I did buy these, and I never did do a tool haul on them, so I thought I would show them to you guys and just talk about them, because every time I get to use these things, it is an absolute pleasure. You know, just the fact that the way they feel, the way they hold. You know, with the one thing I will tell you about this punch, using this punch versus using a punch like this, is that this thing I keep oiled up. These things I don't have to keep oiled up as much. They don't tend to get as much crap on them. But I can normally hold this and not have to mess around with it. This knurling on this punch makes the world of difference. It makes the world of difference as far as holding it and whatnot and not worrying about it. This thing, you know, it works. Don't get me wrong. And you can get a punch holder for them, and those are nice too. If you're not very skilled with the old, you know, hitting them on it back and forth. But the knurling on this thing is absolutely fantastic. The machining and everything. I highly recommend you getting a set of Starrett punches. They are no way in shape or form a sponsor of the channel. But it's, once again, a tool that I want to show you. See if we get my light to turn back on here. Yeah, it's automatic. And obviously, my phone is blowing up, and I should have turned that down, so I apologize for that. But if you guys enjoyed the video on this and you want to know more about some Starrett stuff, let me know down in that comment box. You know, just kind of bleep blooper down there and tell me what you think about it. These things are absolutely awesome. I think the set of these only runs, for just this set, I think it's right around 60 bucks, so you can't go wrong with them. They come in a nice holder. I wish I had more punch holders like this, to be honest with you. These are pretty fantastic. So that's my video for you guys today. Just another quick one. So anyways, guys, I appreciate you. Remember, like, comment, share, subscribe, ring that bell. Remember, keep your hands dirty and your money clean. Thanks for watching.